We got some really good questions. First of all, from Ronaldo, what's the best way to inform tenants about a rent increase if you haven't increased rent for 2 years? Now, I would assume, David, that falls directly into your ambit, and I don't know whether, Elise, you want to add to that, other than to say sending an invoice is not the only thing, or not sending an.
So this is where landlords leave money on the table. And one of the discussions we have in our business is where you're leaving money on the table. And this is one of the things about having a routine. It's a great pity that you lost a year's increase amount, which you can't really claw that money back. So just have a routine. But by the way, that question in Joburg, for example, you may not have had an increase. So you may not have lost anything. Up to 18 months ago, 2 years ago, you couldn't have that conversation anywhere in the country. In fact, your rent was reducing in some respects around COVID time. But the best thing, the way to increase it is by looking at the lease agreement. What does your lease agreement say? So if your lease agreement doesn't speak to increases, well, then it's pure negotiation. If the rent speaks to an increase, well, then you can refer back to that, and at least you can do the increase for the next 12 months. If you can try and negotiate for the last 12 months, but if it's a good paying tenant, then I would not over negotiate that. I would rather take the income going forward and make sure that increase is done. So your lease agreement is going to help you with negotiation. The second thing is, do a market research as to what if that tenant were to vacate, what would you market that property for? And try and get as close to that figure as possible, because that's ultimately what your rent should be. If it's over and above that, well, that's a bonus, but it's a slightly risky because that tenant's not stupid. They may look elsewhere. And then if it's under, of course, you're leaving money on the table.